What's going on, guys? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and I'm back with a Kickstarter spotlight. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, so like I said, if you have a Kickstarter project out there that you're really passionate about, that's pretty cool and is gaming related, feel free to send me a link, and if I get the time, I'll get around to doing a Kickstarter spotlight to hopefully drive up the interest a little bit and get people to come check out your Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter I'm talking about today is a unique horror GM-less RPG system called Die Laughing, and this is by Craig Campbell, aka Nerdburger Craig. And I guess let's just go ahead and take a look at the Kickstarter. So I met Craig at a convention at Gen Con this year, and he's a super chill dude and he makes really awesome games, and he asked me to do this, and I feel bad because I wanted to get the video out a lot earlier, but there's 4 days left, so hey, better late than never. As you can see, he's blown well past his goal. He is more than funded, and things are going very well. So there's a little short video here you can watch for, it takes about a minute. I'm not going to watch it with you guys now, but basically, there you go, 480% funded with 4 days remaining. So it basically just goes over the fact that you're playing a B horror movie. And if you're anything like me, or you know me, that is my wheelhouse. I used to, growing up, on my birthday, just get together with friends and go out to Blockbuster, when that was a thing, and rent just what looked like the worst B horror movies, and that was our night. We would just watch these movies and eat a bunch of pizza and get sugar high, and then later just get drunk, and that was our plan. That was what I wanted to do with my birthday every year. So this is perfect for me. So the games are relatively short. By short, I mean roughly 2 hours is a short play session, but that's start to finish of the whole game. This isn't really a long-term campaign you're going to be playing. So basically, you're making a B horror movie comedy, and the crux of the game is basically you have a pool of dice, and as you go through doing different things, you lose dice. And when you run out of dice, your character dies. But that's not the end of the game, and we'll continue to kind of skim through this and talk about what you're going to get for what levels and how that all works. So, it takes 1 to 2 hours to play. It immediately, and here's a great thing about Craig, right? Immediately after the close of the Kickstarter, you will get a basically rough draft version of the book immediately. So it's not like some of these other people where you do that, you might not get the PDF for years down the road and then forget about how long it's going to take you to get the physical book. You're going to get the rough cut immediately, and when he says rough cut, he means it's fully laid out and it is illustrated. The final version of the game, which is 102 pages, has a little bit of extra stuff added in, but this is the 72 core, what you need to play. So, lots of people work on a movie is kind of the concept here. When your character dies, and it's more than likely your character will die, you still have stuff to do. So you become a producer and help control the story, make it funny. It says better, funnier, or deadlier. Or just screw around with things like a real producer would on a real movie. And there's some other stuff to keep you busy once your character is 6 feet under, or chopped up in bits, or whatever. So basically, everybody makes a character, and it is a B horror movie comedy, so everybody is an archetype, and there are a lot of tropes that you would have, right? Like you'll have your jock, you'll have your cheerleader, you might have your nerd, you might have your survivalist guy, the ex-cop kind of a thing. So basically, the character decides, you set up in a bunch of different scenes. Player characters decide who will be in what scene with their character. One of the players portrays the director, which you can still do after you die, after your character passes away. Setting your character aside, temporarily guides scene to scene. You kind of rotate, and this changes scene to scene, who's the director, and that kind of a thing. Sometimes a monster attacks during the scene, sometimes it doesn't. At the end of a scene, everyone with a character in the scene makes a trait check by rolling their dice pool to determine whether their character succeeds or not. Then everyone narrates the success or failure for their character, pushing the story forward. So again, as a movie and sort of a fun, quick thing, it's a lot of based on storytelling and not so much just hard, crunchy, like, all right, I succeed, let's move on. How did you succeed? How did you fail? Talk it out. As the game goes along, your dice pool decreases, like I said, that'll make you die. When you run out of dice, your character dies, and you narrate how they die. So again, if you're someone like me who's watched endless amounts of horror films, you can come up with some pretty nasty graphic ways to describe how your character dies, or not, if that's not your thing. Once your character's gone, you become a producer. In addition, you can still be the director. Finally, there's a unique rule for each monster that influences your involvement in the game after your character is gone. Again, to talk about levels, $10 gets you the PDF. $20 is you get Die Laughing, and you also get a copy of Murder and Acquisitions. And then $20 you can get Capers, which is another fantastic RPG, which I will be doing a full review of, and I also hopefully a playtest in the near future. $30 gets you all three. So there you go. There's your different levels there. So what do you get in the book? The rules, 24 character archetypes. I think somewhere in here there's an image that says like the jock. So that's like your character class or your archetype here. Pick one, make a few quick choices, give him a name, and you're ready to die. Access scene guidelines. Again, it's kind of a 3-act structure like you would have in a movie, so that's kind of how it's designed. 24 unique monsters, descriptions, rule stuff, setting choices. Info on doing post-credit scenes. This is a horror movie, so that's common. And then it usually sets itself up with a cliffhanger to go into a sequel, so that's here. Blank character archetype and monster worksheets, so you can make up your own, print them out, whatever you need to do. A list of common horror tropes, like, my cell phone died. The lights went out. Oh man, I was running and I tripped and I fell over. The car won't start. That kind of a thing. 2 alternate roles to play after your character is gone. A bunch of other talky stuff that helps you understand the game. A big thank you to the Kickstarter backers with your name in there. Boring stuff like credits and an annex. And all in glorious black, white, and blood and guts red. And then we have all of the cool stuff that's already been unlocked by all of you, people out there donating. And then you guys can still donate and possibly change some of this as well. So with 100 retweets, which was unlocked, 2 more characters and 4 more monsters. For social goal number 2, 20 favorite horror movies unlocked. You've added alternate rules to the game. Social goal 3, 20 favorite horror movie characters unlocked. You've added 8 new monsters and 8 new characters to the game. Backer count is unlocked for 30 survivors. You added a list of horror movie tropes to the game. A great reference for all the stupid things characters do that get themselves killed. New character / monster reveal, that's ongoing. For every 5 backers after 209, I'll reveal one of the new monsters added recently or one of the characters added recently, and I'll reveal these in the comments. We'll take a look at those shortly. And alternate rules locked. When we hit 264 backers or more, he'll add alternate rules to the game. All sorts of goodies you can use to spice up the game after you've played it a few times and got a little too used to things. Monster showdowns, 3-player rules, and more. So backer input fund, horror tropes listing, ongoing. I put together a list of horror tropes, but I want more. Go here and offer up your own ideas. You can fill this in. I'll offer up a trope that isn't listed anywhere on my list. I'll add it. That said, I have limited space. Saying running and falling down or no cell service won't own you anything. Those are already on the list. So again, horror tropes. And then here's some stuff about the crew. Craig, the designer. Vincent's the editing. Beth for artwork. Graphic design by Todd. And then obviously playtesting. See here, right? Archetype, the jock. Ordering your book. Every backer will receive a link to purchase a soft cover book through Drive-Thru RPG's print on demand. It'll be $4 shipping, $4 printing, $4 shipping for $8 to get a physical copy in your hands. That's not bad at all. Go here to see full estimates for shipping for all the different countries. And then here's some places where you can go and see it, right? And you may see some names that you recognize or names that you know, right? Little Red Dot, Chelsea, who plays on my channel. She did a video, I think Celeste from the Venture Mains, and there's a handful of Don't Split the Podcast Network presents 20 sites to every store. You can see there's all these different timestamps of full gameplay that you can go and check out to see how it's played and get an idea of whether you think it's worth it for you to pick this up. I'm going to say it is, just because it's, on the very basic level, right, guys? It's $8 to get a physical copy. It's $10 to get a PDF. That's not that bad, and this is a fun game that you can play for a long time. Every time you bring in new people, it's going to have different aspects on it. You got a bunch of different monsters, and it'll be a good time. So the game is already done, so there's not really too much liability. And that is pretty much it, guys. I don't know what more to say. We can go ahead and over here and click on the comments to see what's going on. New character, little kid, new monster, brain, Or, sorry, new monster Brian. I'm wondering if that's supposed to be Brain. The monster's helper, right? Haunted object, paranormal investigator, bumbling idiot, cute possessed girl. You get the idea, right? So let's see. There's a Discord link here. I'll put the Discord link in the description so you can go check that out for yourself. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it. There'll be a link in the description if you'd like to go pick up a copy of Die Laughing for yourself. Again, there is 4 days left to go. 480% funded. Craig makes great games. And I will be doing a review of Capers in the near future. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think it'll be a really good game, and if I get, when I get my copy, and if I can get a group of friends together, hopefully we can run a game for you guys, and either stream it or record it and upload it for you. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.